Because it's only been 2 days, and there's no fucking Pope jokes left. The Pope is from Chicago, or so that's how it seems. The Pope is from Chicago. I hear the humans scream. It's not a bad scream, but more like we just scored. Because the Vatican will smell like deep dish, dip beef, and holy shots of Malort because the Pope is from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago! Hey, have you heard the news? I don't know how you couldn't, because it's fucking everywhere you see. The news body isn't even fucking cold yet, and the carcass has been cleaned. How can anyone write a fucking joke when it's already been a meme? Fucking can't even get a pun in the water when it's such a raging stream. Some of us have sleep to do, doink to smoke, fucking places to go. I'm sorry for swearing when we're talking about the Pope, but I am from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago! But in addition to, he lived for 40 years and was a bishop in Peru. I feel I could go off here and there about how I think this is a sign from whatever God you subscribe to fix this fucking timeline, from which we've swerved off in 2016 when the Cubs won the series, plunging us into a world of topsy-tipsy chaos run by fiends, when every news story is a historical event, including this one, but somehow it relents to a feeling with this Pope, dare I say it's hope, that God's trying a new plan because the Pope is from Chicago and he's a fucking Sox fan. If that's what you subscribe to, please click that button, because a little bit of goodness could make me feel like strutting, but let us not be gluttons, for that is a sin. And we don't need any more wrath, though I am not about clergy or cloth. It's the fucking church, and that kind of makes me twinge. But the Pope is from Chicago, so a win is still a win. The Pope is from Chicago. Pope Leo XIV is from Chicago. How did he choose that name? Because before he was Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, and that doesn't sound the same. In fact, it made me spacey, because I'm in Chicago. At first, I thought they said Cardinal Peter Francis Geraci. Turns out there's no real rules, just that they do's. Pick a moniker, most meaningful, manifesting memories, merely matronymically. The name Leo goes back to Leopold I, the first of 3 popes that earned the title the Great. So that's already a big swing off the bat, which to anyone in the know is not a big shocker because the Pope is from Chicago, so he's not gonna bunt. The new Pope is from fucking Chicago! Now, being an avian, I don't know much about the Vatican. The only missionary I know is a joke I suddenly don't feel comfortable saying now because we're talking about the Pope, and he is from Chicago. Is where I perch because of the shot beer combos. In fact, for a hot minute, I actually thought I'd seen this movie before, but it turns out I was thinking about that one time I crushed a doobie and watched The Mission on Tubi, which it is, by the way. And if you haven't seen that, that is the perfect way to celebrate this mild religious victory without getting too churchy. Plus, that one's about Jesuits, which is from a different team. Because this Pope is from Chicago, and he's from the Order of St. Augustine. The first one elected Pope, by the way, in case you got trivia tonight. But that's as close to Catholicism as I get. Just hot priests in the jungle getting wet, because I'm a fucking bird and can't take the sacrament. I'm just getting into it because the new Pope is from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago! But what's he gonna do? He can't just go to Milwaukee and day beer like me and you. No, man, he's busy. He's gotta, bless tourists every Sunday from his window. He's got weekly general audiences of 5,000, not to mention the holidays, where he's kind of the main event, obviously next to Santa Claus. The Catholic buck stops at him. Under church law, the bishops are obliged to visit Rome to report to the Pope on the state of their diocese. That's called an ad limina visit, and they got to do it quinquennially, which is a fancy word for every 5 years. I got to pull out the good dishes because we're talking about the Pope. Not to mention all the fucking Chicago Pope jokes are gone, so best I got is expensive words. That just means Pope Malort has to meet with around 1,000 bishops a year, or 20 a week. And I don't know if you ever done quarterly reviews before, but they're never fun. And these are Catholic bishops. Just the word Pope is a whole ass responsibility. It comes from the Greek word papas, which means father, goes all the way back to St. Peter. Yeah, that one. Catholicism has had a ton of CEOs, because the brand has been around a bit. So Pope Leo is the 267th Pope. And that means he's got a lot of old dudes tell him how to do his job. And most of them are dead, and probably pop in from time to time like force ghosts, just appearing to give advice. Because I don't know if you ever got a promotion, but suddenly everybody's a fucking expert. Can you imagine it was like a rough day in the news, and Pope fucking Boniface VIII materialized in your office like, oh, you think your papacy is rough? I had Dante up my ass the whole time. And when I died, he put me in the 8th circle of hell in his fucking book, and that went viral. Oh, are they being dicks to you on TikTok? Sack up, Junior. Not to mention, there is a shit ton to live up to in that office and that name. Pope Leo III crowned fucking Charlemagne. Pope Leo I had to deal with Attila the Hun. Pope Leo X excommunicated Martin Luther. Pope Leo XIV's got to deal with MAGA and the Chick-fil-A Nazis, sure. But like, he's got a fucking backbone because he's from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago. Let all the people sing a couple two-tree songs because Chicago got the ring. A Pope with Vienna beef in his blood and mustard on his dogs. Chicago, can you hear me? Because our guy got the job. Granted, he's not going to throw a rager at the Vatican, though he could. Just call up Guilherme Peixoto, the Portuguese DJ priest, to throw vinyl, because you know he would. And if you don't know Peixoto, this is your sign that you should. He's not going to hang the bulls or the bears by the chimney with cares in the hope that St. Ditka soon will be there. Because he's the fucking Pope. He speaks 5 languages. He sings to over 1.3 billion people. He's their pastor supreme. And I wouldn't want to be the port authority, let alone the moral authority on Catholicism, which he is now, and he is from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago. What more can be said? We've only just begun now that the conclave's at an end. We'll see where this goes now all the Pope jokes are dead. So, to Pope Leo XIV, I may not be a cardinal. I'm not that kind of bird. But here's... Okay. But here's to you, for you've inherited a fucked up world. Not that I'm holding my breath, because this is the Catholic Church and you've kind of got a rep, but at least we got a Pope with whom we can relate. And to this date, we haven't. Instead, the aggregate has been tough to navigate, but now a hometown apostolate has been sent to integrate. And in a time when to immigrate is under attack, maybe you can bend an ear, because 100 humans and thousands of humans and billions of humans are living in fear. So maybe talk some sense, because they might listen to this position you've been given. Bona fortuna, multa beneficia of luminali and jardinera, urbi et malortbi, dibs, dees, dems, dos, in nomine punchki, fili et spiritus pulaski, pointus sable, amen.
All hail Chad the
Nailed it.